Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to Shifting Lanes. My name's Chad and this is Shifting Lanes 2. So you've already seen Greg and his vlogs with the new Polestar, but we're also going to put stream highlights here. Yes, in case you haven't heard, we have a live stream over on Shifting Lanes Live on YouTube and on our Facebook page, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday. It's a lot of fun. We love talking to you guys. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you're working on, what you're building on, what you're driving, what race series you're into, whatever. Anything that has to do with cars, come on into the stream. Let us know. We can't wait to hear from you. As for today, we're talking about builds. Not our builds, not our buddies' builds, not even builds you would consider any good. We're talking about builds that are, you just want to grab the guy and be like, what were you thinking? Like, did you at least do anything? Did you step back 2 feet at any point during this build and look at what you were creating? Because they are, not good. But if you like today's video, give us a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing with notifications on. That way you get all the Shifting Lanes content as we release it, especially for the second channel. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Everybody has a dream. They want to build something. They want to make something awesome and things like that. And they may be great, may be awesome. You may look at it and go, wow, that's insane. Or on the other side of the spectrum, there's the, let's say, not so great build. So what we're going to kick things off is I started, I found
WTF were you thinking?
Honestly, did you step more than 2 feet away from this car at any time while building it and think maybe this isn't the best idea in the world? But so I went and I found.
Preemptively, the answer is no to that question.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. But we're gonna kind of kick things off real quick with. I have 4 or 5 of these things of please, I'd love to meet the person and be like, so was it drugs or something? But we start with this.
It's the Thunder Cougar Falconbird.
It's a 72, I think, Corvette underneath with Viper inspiration.
I see a little bit of Viper there. I see the side pipes.
And it's called apparently the Saber. It's not.
I see the front end of this car looks as if it took a Mark IV Supra and just went like this. Everything just stretched back. It looks so horrible. Why did somebody do this?
But it's one of those things where you look at it and here's some of the briefs on it actually. God. So it was a 1976 Corvette, so with C3 Corvette, built by a Florida company, designed to mimic the Viper. It's a body kit that you can actually go out and buy called the Saber, produced by...
You could buy this thing?
Apparently. I didn't want to give their website views and make them continue thinking this was a good idea, so I didn't check. But
so Florida has a Florida car now, not just Florida man.
Florida...
This is Florida car. Florida car gets built and is terrible.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, my God!
Believe it or not, this might not be the worst we're going to look at here, but it's a T-top.
This is not the worst.
Is there any Pontiac Fiero in there? Because I know Pontiac Fiero is the basis of a lot of builds, but
like I said, a '76 Corvette.
Oh my gosh!
Bilstein shocks, 15-inch wheels, a 350 cubic inch V8. That's an aftermarket. It's not the engine the car came with. And the best part about this, the part you guys are really gonna like, 3-speed automatic transmission.
Ooh, that's a throwback right there.
So it's a Vector W8. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I love that the rate. There's so much to say about this car. Holy crap! So the rake in the go back to the side view of this thing. Actually, no, that's perfect. Go to that one because you can see it so well in that picture. The rake in this thing, looks like there's almost no rake to it. It's just there's rake in the body. But the back wheel arch looks like you could play a game of pickup basketball in it. And the front, there's almost nothing. So it's so odd to see that kind of differentiation.
You gotta look at the good things here. This looks like a kid was drawing a picture of something that he saw in like a magazine, and like some portions of it is just right, but then the lines just don't blend in very well from one to the other. So it's like, I mean, look at how the fender vents are kind of like overlapping the door. It's like it's kind of there, but the rest of it just doesn't blend in very well.
Yeah, I get what they were going for, but no, just no.
Oh, so we got some interior shots too.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have to?
So I mean, I don't know what that is.
It's a lot of yellow.
That is a seat, yes.
Well, they took inspiration from Bumblebee from Transformers,
Okay.
and they said,
Oh,
let's make it look as garish as possible.
yeah. So this is mid-transformation. This is what we're seeing.
Yes,
think he's
it
finished.
Just stopped and said, I don't care, mid-transformation.
There's the 350.
It's honestly, I'm making jokes. It's honestly not that bad inside. It could be a lot worse.
There
could be way more yellow,
Yeah.
but like, at least it's like accented yellow. At least like the whole dash and the wheel and the center console isn't yellow. That's actually fine.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh.
thoughts, Chad?
Yeah, so that,
we buying this thing? Yes, no?
Oh, I would buy it because it looks like it could serve as a spare parts car for about 3 to 4 cars. So you're actually getting a pretty good deal there.
How about that caster on the front there? That's something I'm painfully aware of.
I was going to say so
Yeah.
the dash to axle ratio. So that's the distance between the front axle to the firewall. That's kind of like that's a fairly important like design feature for like car designers. And like you want to make it as long as possible to kind of give it that, that rear wheel drive race car look. This is like too far. That dash to axle ratio is a little too large.
Wait, hang on. We got to come. Antoine Lee Thomas. It looks like a Viper meets S2000 in the front with a bit of S2000 on the side and IROC Camaro in the rear. Honestly, that's pretty freaking spot on. I gotta.
Yeah,
I'm not lying. That's a party I kind of want to go to.
Accurate. Yeah. All right.
So
we can spend
nice.
all night on this thing.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
all right, the next one is
one.
more of a digital, and it's a what if. Someone asked the question,
rendering.
what if, but the original car is so iconic that this looks so out of place, no matter how badass it might look. So we go to a Smokey and the Bandit Charger
Okay.
Daytona, I believe was, and this is a digital rendering of it. And if we,
I'm not like a huge old school muscle car guy, but I have 2 things. One, I think it looks kind of badass, and 2, is that sacrilege? Because isn't it's sort of
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a sort of a sacrilege matchup or mashup.
Yeah. I'm not too big into muscle cars either. I don't know what's sacrilegious or not, but my thought there is that looks really good.
Look at that wing.
I like wide body all the things, and that what is that, like the Roadrunner? Is that what that is?
I believe
Yeah.
the Daytona and the
Yeah.
Roadrunner were the homologation cars for NASCAR, the nose and wing cars as they were called. I mean, I think from a purely aesthetic, like from this, it looks from the rear looks absolutely beautiful, but throwing the fire chicken on something that isn't a Pontiac product is kind of like throwing Hemi onto a Corvette. It's
I think it looks. I think it looks good. I like the fire chicken reference because it's just funny. So if like if a WRX STI wing and an old Mark IV Super wing as a park bench, this is a full-on pergola because this thing is enormous. It's like over your head at that point.
That's actually. But I mean, if you're familiar with these cars, they're not that. That's not outlandish.
That's like the normal.
Specifically, it's designed to be up there to be in the wind because rudimentary aerodynamics and stuff like that.
Right.
But we like it. It's just the
kinda
branding
reminds
on
me-
this
Yeah.
is
It kind of reminds me of that Bozozoku cars in Japan, with like the
Over the wing.
the huge wings and like huge exhaust.
just another thing where
It doesn't
America
look like
was
this
ahead
thing
of
has
the
a huge
curve.
exhaust, but
Yeah, that's funny.
It's
not bad. It's done well. I like the fender flares. I like the. The wheel fitment's definitely really spot on. It looks.
Keep in mind
it
it's a
looks good
render,
to me.
Greg.
The deep dish mags. I'm a fan. I like black on gold.
it's a well done render. I mean, it looks like it's an actual thing, at least from the distance I'm looking at right now. But
so
that's nice.
and this thing also brings up kind of another So this was a render. This was a guy who said, what if the Smokey and the Bandit car was a Charger instead of a Trans Am? This also brings up, like, one of the cool things on Haggerty's YouTube page right now, and I recommend everyone go and check it out, is they have Kaiser Salim, I think is his name. Let me just double check to make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Kaiser Salim. He did he walked you through the process of him rendering what if the Gymkhana car, what if the Unicorn was a Camaro and not a Mustang? And I think that was kind of the same thing here. Like I said, the problem for me is right here. It's putting the fire chicken on the hood. It's like that's that sort of a thing. Yeah. So now we move on to this is gonna hurt. So someone just brace yourselves here because this one's gonna hurt.
Look.
Okay.
Tell me when to look. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to look, and I'll just give you an instant reaction.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, Hanson is sort of blowing it for me now.
My dream
Should I look
car. Now? Oh gosh, that is that's not good. I mean, it's the cool thing about these kit cars. I'm assuming that started out as a kit car, is that you could make it your own. So like that's someone's interpretation of what they like, what is good taste. Personally, man, that looks like you're not gonna go over any speed bumps on that thing. And
no,
among other things.
Yeah.
No, that's all I have to say. It's just no.
I'm hoping that's on airbags or something like that, because I feel like that's just very undrivable.
It might be. I mean, I would imagine that something like that has to be on bags if it's not just a render. Is this a real thing?
I'm not 100% sure.
I was going to say those seats don't look like they're part of
it
that
looks
car
rendered
usually, but then again,
I think it's done by I think it's done by the same guy who did the Challenger.
Okay.
Stick to the Challenger, man.
Could have fooled me. I mean, that looks like the real thing.
Yeah. It looks real. The seats are a good shout. It looks like those might be photoshopped in there, but yeah, this is poor. Is my best description for this. This is poor. The wheels are actually pretty sweet. I got to be honest. The wheels are gnarly. I like the 5-spoke, but that's probably the only redeeming quality I could get out of this one. I'm not a huge fan of the paint scheme.
Yeah,
it looks like.
I feel like it
looks like wood panels along the side, like an old Roadmaster.
Yeah, that's got to be a no from me, man.
Yeah.
All right.
No from me.
And last up, now keep in mind this next one's going to look like a famous movie car, but we can't actually say the name of the car it looks like because, if you're familiar with B is for Build, that's where I'll leave it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I know what's coming up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have...
Arrived in 45 minutes instead of the title of that movie.
We are not actually looking at someone trying to GT500 a Mustang 2, the worst of the Mustangs. I will fight to my grave on that one. We are not looking at a kit car. What we are actually looking at is if someone who said, I don't like a Toyota Supra body, I want to put a Mustang body on it instead. So
what?
So that's a Supra.
It's a Supra. You can really tell in the quarter panel here.
Which generation Supra?
Oh my god!
This is a.
Why?
Are we talking about the new Mark V Supra, or is this?
No, we're talking about a Toyota Supra, the 4th gen.
Oh. They took a Mark IV Supra, and they made it into that.
Yes, and this was actually done by students from, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, so I apologize, Satayama University and their automotive course. And they call it the Moto Supra. No idea why. It still has a 2J. And we're unsure about anything beyond the bodywork, what upgrades were done to this.
It doesn't matter.
They butchered a classic to make it look like another classic poorly. And that's going to be a no.
So,
no,
I'm imagining this may have been that scrap car from like Fast and Furious 1 on the bed. If it was that car and if it's already torched, that's fine. But if they destroyed a nice Mark IV Super example, I'd be that's
I think
just
destroyed
wrong.
is a great word for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yikes.
no. Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I got is no.
Someone
move
said
on.
one of the best cars in the world, and they do that to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Smith
Yikes.
is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Oh,
That one.
that's
Oh man.
I mean,
So
there's
yeah,
LEDs in it. I mean, kit maybe.
is that
Oh gosh.
Wait, what is that?
It's either it's like LEDs
What
in
is
the
that?
hood.
That's the
It looks like
overnight
lights
parts from
reflecting
Japan.
the ceiling.
I thought, the disembodied body of Kit. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Yeah, that's terrible. Get it off my screen.